And welcome back to Movie Nerds, folks. It's been a long time. This is our second attempt to record this episode. We had an episode, but it got deleted. But right now we're here. We're going to talk about movies. It's been a long time. We're going to catch up, as well as review some TV shows and some movies that we've seen the past 2-3 months that we've been away. Come join us. Like I said, my name is Tom. I'm your host. Joined by my co-host today is Dave. How you doing, Dave?
Good. Sorry, I just took a bite of an apple. Oh, good. Yeah, 2 months. Tom's got to fall. Okay.
The last time we were on, we reviewed Dune 2.
So
Part
good.
2.
So good.
The best sci-fi movie of all time, in my opinion.
Did I tell you that we went and watched it twice in theaters?
Yeah,
Like I don't remember if we talked about that, but
yeah.
Yeah. And then third and fourth time watching it.
Yeah. And so, well, what's been going on, folks? It's been a while. People probably thought, hey, what happened to those two guys that used to talk about movies all the time? Well, see, what happened was life happens. The last 2-3 months, I've lost my job. And so I have to watch what I do, spending the money aspect of my life. I couldn't just go to movies anymore. I had to make sure I have rent for my family, food on the table, and all the stuff that my kids needs. And so, yeah, it's been a very tough, tough situation for our family. But we're still fighting through, trying to find that job that I really like, and we'll see what happens once I get them. And so, but that's what's going on. Like I've watched movies, just haven't really been going to the movies and watched the recent ones. Like I waited for them to come on the VOD or whatever, and then watch them. But yeah,
Yeah.
so it's been a long time. What have you been up to, Dave?
I got a new job that's kept me
Oh.
busy. And I would share more what I do, but this technically could be construed as a public appearance, and I don't have anything scripted that's approved to share. So, DM Tom if you want to learn more.
Comment down below.
Comment down below. We'll send you a direct message if that's something you want to learn more about. But it's kept me busy. Kept me out of the theaters too, just because my schedule's crazy right now. So, same kind of thing, video on demand. Wait for things to come out. Like, we can talk about what I've seen recently. But
so if you guys know, well, we have a segment now. We only did it a couple of times. It's called Looking Back. Let's do some looking back.
let's do it.
Well, in the last 2 months, let's pick two stuff that you've seen that you want to talk about. Two things that you've seen that you want to review, as well as tell us what it's all about and stuff.
Okay, we'll pick. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. The first one is I recently introduced my wife to Tropic Thunder. So, I don't know what to say about this movie that hasn't already been said by people in the past. It was, I was scrolling through YouTube shorts and came across a clip of Robert Downey Jr. in that movie, and I had to show my wife because she had never seen it. I thought she'd seen Tropic Thunder, but she'd never seen it. So she's like, that's Robert Downey Jr. I'm like, yeah, it is. She's like, no, it isn't. I'm like, okay, we're watching this. We're watching it right now. And this was probably like 11 o'clock at night. So we threw on Tropic Thunder when the kids were asleep, and talk about a parody of current movie franchises. And yeah, it's fantastic. Didn't know this.
Well,
It came out the same year as Iron Man.
yep, 2008. Iron Man came out first.
Yeah, yeah. So I those
So
two movies kind of jump starting his
we
comeback career.
so I actually me and my wife watched Tropic Thunder too, and she
Yeah.
was not impressed with
Oh,
it.
what?
She
What?
she didn't she couldn't get into it.
Oh
There was a
man.
couple scenes that she there was a couple things that she thought was funny. But she just I don't think she thinks that it's like one of the greatest comedy of all time.
Oh
Um
man.
I'm not sure what's wrong with her, but whatever. No, she wasn't all that impressed. But if there was she did laugh, giggles at a couple of scenes and stuff like that, and so but once I thought the movie, I mean, I honestly I fell asleep, but I fall asleep to everything. But uh, I thought once they got into the jungle and the director gets blown up,
Oh yeah. It's all yeah.
and when the movie takes off for me, and so but
Agreed.
okay, cool. My watch. I mean, there's so many movies that I watch because me and my wife, we sometimes after our kids go to sleep, we sit on the couch and ask each other what we're gonna watch. Like tonight, we're probably gonna watch Fall Guy. Fall Guy, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna see what that was.
Is that available?
Yeah, on VOD.
Oh, okay. All right.
So $20. But I figured $20 to rent it. But here's the thing: it
It's
costs
cheaper than going
more.
to the theaters.
Yeah, it's cheaper than going to the theater because I have my own popcorn that my wife can make.
Yeah.
That she can go back to the kitchen and make popcorns.
Get
Didn't
it
work
when
with us. And no,
when
there was a Kansas City Chiefs kicker who gave a
Oh
speech.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he said the women
It
should
was a
go back.
commencement speech at a
Yeah,
university.
and he
Ooh.
said the women should go back into the kitchen. I wholeheartedly.
That he didn't say it exactly like
I know
that.
he didn't say it like
He
that. He
didn't
didn't say it
say
out and
that.
say it, but he
He said
implied.
traditional something about traditional gender roles, something like that, right?
Yeah. So, what was I? So what
So
I
you're
saw.
looking back. You guys
Oh yeah,
watched
my
Tropic
looking back,
Thunder.
I watched Inception again.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my gosh! And I watched it with my wife. That movie is it's a perfect movie. It
Oh,
is so great.
perfect movie.
I don't find anything wrong with it. I don't find
Okay.
there's no I don't know why I can't pick a hole, and I'm pretty good at picking holes at a movie when it comes. If it's not good, I'll tell you exactly what that is. But I
If we're
can't.
being nitpicky, there's a lot of explaining in that movie.
But that's fine because no
You
one
have
knows
to
anything
build the
about the
world,
dreams.
right? You
No
have to
one
build this
knows.
world about like how we
Yeah,
don't know the rules, right? You have to know the
exactly.
rules about the dream and like the different levels and shared dreaming and yeah, so
So
you have to
I'm okay with that. Uh,
yeah.
so I watched it again. Man, Leonardo DiCaprio is good.
Oh yeah.
Christopher Nolan is good, and so it's
Joseph Gordon-Levitt,
yeah, it's pretty good.
Tom Hardy. Jeez, yeah, stacked cast.
That cast Inception. Go check it out, folks.
Go check it out.
You have another one? One more.
So Tom Cruise is probably one of my favorite characters in Tropic Thunder. And just because like you don't know that it's him until he starts like even my first time seeing that, I didn't know it was Tom Cruise until like halfway through the movie. I was like, no. And then the very end. Anyway, speaking of Tom Cruise, we we watched Mission Impossible 1 last
Ter-
night.
Terrible.
Mission Impossible 1?
One and two are the worst, man.
2 was terrible. 1 was
Yeah,
good.
I couldn't.
It
I
was
to
one. Here's what I liked about 1. It wasn't super over the top. Like 2 was
yeah.
so over the top, and it didn't know what it wanted to be. That's my problem with Mission Impossible 2.
The problem with
Um,
the second one with me is
John Woo.
too many changing faces.
Yeah, over the top, over top action, unrealistic. But the first one was like a spy thriller. It was a spy espionage movie, and that's what I liked about it. It didn't try to be a romance. It didn't try to be fully like whole action packed. Like there was a big action set piece at the end, but that wasn't what the movie was. And yeah, so that's what I liked about the first one.
Okay.
Um,
So
I wouldn't say it
today,
was terrible. It was entertaining. It's
so
like
today
there's
I
a
can't
lot going
watch.
on.
I
There's
can't
a
watch.
lot going on.
I can't watch the first and second one all the way. I can't do it. I get a headache, and I just like no. Especially when we're so spoiled with three, four, five, and six. You know, like the way it is, and
The
so
last one was okay.
the last one was okay. Wasn't the greatest. It was really good. It's just I still contend the fifth one, Rogue Nation, is the best
Mm,
one. Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol. I love
yeah,
Ghost Protocol.
those
Those
are the
two
two
were the
best ones.
best. And so,
Yeah, those ones are
and then
fantastic.
I go with what comes after what's the next one after the Rogue Nation?
Fallout.
Fallout. Fallout is like Interstellar. Like I like it, but then I don't. Like, like there's certain things, just the same thing with Interstellar. It's like that movie is just too much for me. But, anyways.
Okay. Yeah,
Ah,
Mission Impossible one.
okay.
1995. That movie was made in the 1900s. People. I
That's true.
was 11. If it is that right? 95.
95, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was 11 when that came out. So
Jeez. Well,
I
my
left home that.
second one is actually we saw it recently. Um what's the movie called now? It was in my head. And
You got me.
crap, what the heck is the movie? Oh, Speed. Speed.
Oh, Speed.
Um
Yeah, I
you
like
slow
Speed.
down. You slow down, this bus would explode. That's a hard line to say if you really think about it. Anyways, Speed is one of the 90s action thriller blockbuster movie that came out starring Keanu Reeves with Sandra
Sandra
Bullock
Bullock,
and
Dennis Hopper,
Dennis Hopper, who has passed on.
Jeff
Jeff
Daniels.
Daniels in it, who is great in this. This movie is Speed is so much fun. It's a fun movie. It's not a perfect movie because I do agree. How the hell did they jump across that little section?
Yeah,
I was like, we'll speed up. No, it doesn't work that
for
way.
it.
For it. So, but it's a fun little flick. I can quote the whole movie if I wanted to. But my favorite scene is when he tried to get on the bus. So that sequence of
Oh yeah,
action is pretty cool. And so
yeah.
once they got on the bus, the the pacing kind of dips a little bit in that one until they figure out what to to throw a loop and all that
So
stuff.
they get off the bus.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's all Speed. Great movie. I'm a Keanu Reeves fan. I think he's one of the greatest actor of all time. Just like Nicolas Cage, one of the best actor of all time. And people were like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Nicolas Cage won an Academy Award, folks. So think about that."
What did he win it for?
Raising Arizona, raising
Okay,
something. I'm not sure what movie it was, but anyways,
cool.
that's our segment of looking back, where we would like to go and look at like old movies that we watch and see how we see it in the eyes of 2024. And so,
I don't. I don't feel like I've. There's the thing. I don't really like evolve in my opinions of old movies. Like if I'm watching it, I'm watching it almost purely for nostalgia.
true.
So I enjoyed this movie growing up. I'm gonna watch it. It's like Three Ninjas. I watched that movie way too much growing up. I loved that movie growing up.
I can't do it anymore, man. It doesn't hold up. It's so bad.
It doesn't hold up, but if I'm watching it, I'm watching it for nostalgia,
Yeah,
only for nostalgia.
yeah.
I don't watch it for the acting, the action, or the story. It's just because I watched it growing up.
I agree with you on that one. So, anyways, let's move on.
Okay.
Let's review a couple things. The last time I talked to you, you said you saw Fallout.
Yes.
Yes, let's talk about Fallout. Now that's
Okay.
new. Fallout is a show that is based off of a video game, and right off the bat, Dave, I think this show is great. Now it does not follow the video games completely. It does have the world and the world making of what the video game is, the background of what the world it is. It's similar to the video games. Yes,
But as far as characters, the same characters.
characters are the same. Characters
Okay.
are the same. Uh you don't start out in the game. Well, the one I played, you don't start out with the girl. You start out with the guy who's trying to find his son and or his daughter. Was it his son or his daughter? I'm not sure. Okay, I have
Which one's
hold
looking
on,
for
hold on. My
the
my wife
ghoul?
is my wife is watching 007, and there's a scene
Which
where
one?
she's watching the one the last one that he dies,
Mm.
and there's a scene where he's getting a fight with the car, and his car is an older car, and the other car is more powerful, but somehow he survived. I don't understand that scene.
It's
Anyways,
not. You got to pull some Fast and the Furious in there. It's not about the car. It's about the driver.
that is true. It is about the drive because Bond is behind the wheel. Anyways, Fallout starts off with a guy, not similar to the show. Uh the show is awesome. I think the girl, I don't know the actress name. She is so good. Plays that naive girl who's never really been who never experienced anything but the world underneath her. You
She
know, the
doesn't
life.
swear.
Yeah, she doesn't swear, and she takes like things like having sex like a not even like a huge like you want to do do like a
It's like transactional, like getting
yeah
married.
yeah
This is something that
transactional.
we need to do
Yeah, so
to
it's like
further the
it's really
species.
so she's very naive in the world. She goes out because her dad gets kidnapped, and then she goes out to try to find her dad to uh jeez. She shot him right in the face. Sorry, I'm
Live
just
reaction to No Time to Die, folks.
yeah. So she goes and she gets into this world. Now, first season for me is great, but it's all about building that world that they're in, introducing characters that are gonna come together. Cause season two's, I think to me, season two is gonna be even better because now we know who these characters are and
Yeah.
what their motive and what their goals are to be able to help further the story. And I love the guy without the nose. He plays by what's his name?
Oh yeah. What is that guy's
He's
name?
been around. It's a great act. Excuse me. He's a great
Yeah, he's
actor.
been in a lot.
Babe, who's that guy in
He
Ant
was.
Man 2
Yeah,
that
that's
plays
what
the
I was
bad
thinking.
guy? But he's also in Tomb
Well,
Raider. Wait, what was
oh,
it?
he is in Tomb Raider. That's true.
Walter something. So I don't know. He's been around and he's a great actor. He's been in Unjustified with Timothy whatever his name is.
Walton Goggins.
Yeah, there he goes. And so I like his character. I one character that annoys me, and that is the black dude. I don't know his name.
Maximus.
Yeah, he annoys me. I don't know why. His mannerism, his the way his he carry himself really annoys me. So
He's kind of like he's a similar character to the main Lucy, I think is the character's name.
uh
He's kind of similar because he's been brought
he's
up in this world. He knows
but
nothing else.
well, he knows nothing of the underworld because
Right.
when he goes. Remember that one episode when they both go to the underground. He's like loving it.
Yeah.
He's getting addicted to that kind of life.
Popcorn and
Yeah,
TV and
until he snaps out
hot
of it.
showers.
So, but yeah, I think if I were to give this rating, I would give this probably 8 out of 10.
Okay.
As there's a couple things. There's certain episode I think that doesn't need to be in there, but all in all, the pacing was good. I was very disappointed that guy got his head cut off. The actor,
Oh, the
he's from
doctor.
he's been in a lot of things. Lost, well, mainly in Lost, but he's been in other things too. But I like him as an actor and I like his character. I was hoping that he would be kind of going on the adventures with adventure, not Avenger,
Adventures.
yeah, with Lucy and and Maximus and so or whatever that guy's name. But I don't know. But
Yeah.
this sucks. He had to die, and I didn't like that. But other than that, the show is good. I'm into it, and I can't wait for a
Here's
second
one thing that
season.
I really like that I didn't think about it much, but they could have CG'd the Brotherhood Knights armor thing, right? But they went practical with it, which other than like flying, the scene where it flies, it's pretty much practical effect, which I thought
Which one?
was tasteful.
I
Made it a
love
little more
that.
believable for me.
I agree with you. So,
So
what'd you think of the show?
I thought it was good. The I mean, I knew nothing, right? I didn't know anything about the video game. I just was like, oh, this looks interesting. I'd heard of the video game, but I'm not a gamer. So going into it, I had no expectations.
Yeah, yeah.
So so I feel like I was kind of along the journey with Lucy, learning about this world, right? The world of the vaults is pretty easily explained for the
It's
most
kind
part.
of it gives you that it in the game when I play, it gives you this eerie feeling that these people aren't good. Like they're up to something,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah,
you can tell because they are up to something because Lucy's brother is finding out this mystery that's going on within the vault.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
So yeah, that's one thing that I really liked about, I guess, those two, right? He's exploring the underworld, the
mhm.
vaults, and she's exploring the surface.
And now
Um,
that lady that's in charge now, the black lady, I don't know her name. She
oh
she's
yeah.
she's been in Deadpool, or she's gonna be in Deadpool again too.
Oh okay.
Yeah, she's been also in other movies. Where have I seen her before too? But anyways, yeah, she's been in Deadpool, but she's up to no good. There's something about her that there's a mystery, and I like that aspect. So now, I mean, season two is like more of. I hope they further the story and further more of what that mystery is, and so I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, yeah, same. I would rate it probably. Yeah, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Probably,
That's it.
I'd agree
Nice.
with you.
I like that show a lot, and so
Yeah.
let's let's see what else. What other week? What movie have you seen? Since last time we
So there's two that came to mind that I've seen in the last couple months.
okay, let's review it because I probably didn't see it.
Okay, so Civil War,
Okay,
the one that released
not the Marvel
this
Civil.
year, not Marvel, not Captain America Civil War.
No.
We've already done it looking back.
So my wife,
Um,
hold on. So I was reading her out the movies that we're gonna rent tonight, and I go Civil War. She goes, "Why do we want to watch that? We've already seen Civil War." I said, "It's not Captain America Civil War." He goes, "Oh, man." So we have to make sure that our audience understand which Civil War we're talking about.
yes.
So tell me about
A24
this movie.
studio. Um, so the synopsis basically is California and Texas have seceded from the Union, as well as Florida, and there's a civil war going on. So the Texas and California form the Western Forces, which
Which would
um,
never happen
which would, yeah, it's not exactly realistic. um but here's the thing, like, the trailers, I was like, this is going to be a political movie, but it turned out not to be
at
very
all.
political. No, there's I mean, there's politics. There's a couple of issues that are brought up, but it's not like there's no agenda. I didn't feel like there's an agenda, if that makes sense,
Yeah.
right? It's the storytelling is good enough that I can follow the main characters. There's Kirsten Dunst. Um, I don't know the actor's name, but he looks like Pedro Pascal. And then this young girl that wants to be a war photographer. So, kind of following along with them in their journey. is really what the story is. It follows them from their goal is to um, Kirsten Dunst trying to get a picture of the president, and I'm going to call him Pedro Pascal until I know his name. Um,
It's
young
isn't wait Pedro
young
Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, discount Pedro. I don't know. He's a good actor. He did a good job. But his goal is to interview the president, and the Western forces' goal is to kill the president. So they're all trying to get to Washington D.C. for their different reasons. And these journalists all kind of band together. Two of them are from the same news source, and then two of them, one's independent and the other's from a different news source, and they all hitch a ride to DC together. So following them along through like the what's going on in the U.S. During the Civil War, it's interesting. There's one town they come to where they go to a clothing store, and the Latino guy, uh, young Pedro Pascal, I don't know his name, he asked this clerk, he's like, you guys know that there's like a huge, pretty big civil war going on right now because this town just, they've got sprinklers running. There's people walking the streets. They walk into the store and they're like, oh, yeah, we just try to stay out of it. And then they go outside, and this older gentleman that's part of their party, he plays through Fear
Oh,
Howitt in
the
Dune Part
the
One.
young guy you're talking about, his name is Joel in the movie.
Joel
Wagner,
or
yeah,
Joe?
Wagner something.
Yeah, Joe or Joel.
Joel,
Joel.
yeah.
Yeah, him. But the old guy, there's an old guy who plays Thufir Howard in Dune Part One. Kirsten Dunst is like, this is weird. And he's like, or she's like, this reminds me of everything that I've forgotten. He's like, huh, this reminds me of everything that I remembered. And he says, look at the rooftops, but be subtle. And the camera kind of pans down where you still see the characters in view, but then this rooftop comes in view. In the background, there's two sentries, a couple of gunmen at the top. So they're like keeping order of this town, like almost martial law, just to keep things going the way that it normally would. Um, and so it's not everything that it seems. Um, but yeah, it's interesting take on something that has potential of happening in our country right now, but they don't. They again, it's not agenda driven. It's character driven. It's story driven. So I would give this movie probably 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. I need to see
Yeah,
it.
you should. There's a couple things like a little bit of exposition, right, or telling rather than showing,
Hmm.
that I didn't feel was necessary. It's not a lot. Um,
Okay.
yeah, check it out.
I'll check
Civil
it out.
War.
The movie I got to watch, I don't think you watch. It's what's it called again? That rom com that just came out.
Oh, anyone but you.
Anyone but you. May I say anything but that movie, please? It is the worst movie of the year.
Worst
It's
movie of the year.
it was for me so far. It stars Glenn Powell, who is a great actor. Glenn Powell is a great actor, and then
Yeah,
starring,
you don't feel like he's typecast?
I'm pretty sure he is for this type. It's a type
Okay.
of movie that probably is typecast. What's the girl's name?
Let me look it up. Keep talking.
Sweetie,
Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney
Sydney
Sweeney.
Sweeney. Glenn
Folks,
Powell.
I'm not, I am no actress or actor. I don't look the type. I'm not handsome. I'm not your typical Hollywood stud. But I don't find her very, I don't find her pretty. I don't see it. I don't I don't I don't find her attractive. I don't think she's a leading lady. Her acting isn't that great. Hence Madam Web, if you've ever seen that movie, is
No, I have not.
terrible.
Not.
But I'll take Madam Web over this any day. But but I don't, and they're pushing her to be this new face, like the pushing her to be the Hollywood girl,
Really?
two girl girl.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think she's look. I'm not saying she's hideous. I'm not looking at me. You're like Tom. You're ugly. And saying, yeah, I get that. But looking at her, I don't think she's. I don't think she's a leading lady. For she
Okay.
can't lead a
Okay.
movie. She cannot. And so that's just my opinion. There's little chemistry that works here and there in the movie. The entire movie does not know what they want to be. It doesn't know if they want to be raunchy or comedy, romantic, heartfelt. They don't. It's like all Adam all they added all that into one melting pot and just say here's the movie. It's terrible. The
Is
pacing
it
is terrible. There's no twists. Everything everything's predictable. Everything is like they want to be. It's almost like they want to be. They're trying to be the new American Pie or the
really
new something about Mary or the new
like
one of
National
those.
Lampoon kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
like those raunchy romantic comedy. There's plenty of them out there, but it doesn't work. It fails. If I give this movie 2 out of 10. The two is because Glenn Powell is somewhat redeemable in this movie because he is a good actor, and I can't wait to see him in the new Twister movie. And he's been in Maverick, and so I think he's good in that. And the other thing is, there were some things that were kind of funny, but the whole time, me and my wife Whitney was just trashing this movie. Like we were
Did you
talking
see
bad
it? You
about it.
saw this in theaters?
No,
Oh, okay. All
it's out
right.
already.
Good.
I would never pay to see this movie,
Good.
folks. Trust
Good.
me. But yeah, 2 out of 10. Go check it
Two
out
out
for
of 10.
yourself. I kind of want to let you know, guys, know now that don't watch it. I'm saving you the hour you could be watching
Don't
something
waste your
better.
time and money on it.
Yeah. But yeah,
So
another movie you said you saw?
yeah, I saw Godzilla. I can't even say it. Godzilla X Kong.
Oh man,
Um,
tell me how it was. Was it up to par with Godzilla -1?
I didn't get to see that one, and I
oh,
can't find it streaming anywhere. I don't know where to.
oh
Is it
my
on
gosh.
Amazon? Can I rent it on
I
Amazon?
don't know. You're gonna have to look. I think maybe it's Amazon Prime has it.
I might have
God,
to check it
you
out.
Godzilla -1 will blow you away.
I need to see it.
Blow you away.
So I can't compare it to that. All I can compare it to is the other Godzilla and King Kong movies with the
Which
Hollow Earth
the
stuff.
humans, the waste. Let's just let the monster fight. Let's just watch that.
And that was, I mean, that was all right.
Yeah.
It is King Kong supposed to have like character and backstory and desires and motivations? I don't. I thought it was just a monster. Um, but he's got backstory and motivation and
And
character and
apparently,
emotions.
and apparently, he's got the gauntlet.
He's got, yeah, what the heck, man? Like, I don't, I don't know, like how to feel about this movie. Like, yeah, okay, it's a popcorn flick, but that's about all it is.
Yeah.
Like, they try to like, I mean, they tried to put some story into it, but
It never
yeah, I
worked.
watched the Monarch. What was that series on Apple?
Monarch.
Monarch. I watched that, and like they kind of explained some world like rules and science, right? Hollow Earth, time moves a lot slower for them and a lot faster, but that doesn't seem to come into play at all in Godzilla X Kong.
Nope.
Not at all.
Not at
Right. So
all.
there's no time dilation in this movie like there was in Monarch. And so I felt like there was a disconnect with the world building um, that they threw in there with Apple, the Apple series. So anyway, trying to make this about the human characters, and there's this, yeah, I don't know how to feel about this movie. I don't know how to feel.
But the
It was
monster fighting was
entertaining.
pretty cool, though, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting because like Godzilla and Kong don't really. No, they do. They team up at the
They had
end.
to team up.
They team up at the end,
They teamed up
but it's
last
like
time.
the end. And so here's the thing, right there. The humans are worried that because Kong is like Hollow Earth right now, and that's like his domain. And Godzilla is keeping the other giant monsters at bay in our world. And so Kong has a toothache, so he comes to the surface because he can get help from his human friends, and he gets a new tooth put in.
What the freak is going on? What movie
It's
is this?
This is Godzilla X. This is what we've got now, Tom. Again, I don't know how to feel about this. And they're like, "Oh, Kong's here, and we're screwed if Godzilla knows that he's here."
Oh my
So they
god.
fix his tooth, and they go back down. They figure all this stuff out. I don't know that it's worth your time.
What's what's the what's your rating on this one?
4 for
4 out
the
of 10.
monster fighting, but even that is so over the top.
Of course it is.
It's so over the top. Anyway, like, yeah, 4 out of 10.
4 out of 10. No.
I don't. It's
Go
weird.
check it out, folks, or leave a comment down below. Has any of you seen Godzilla minus one? Because it is
I need to see
incredibly.
that one. That's what I
It's
need to
so
see.
okay. The last movie we're gonna talk about, and then we'll talk about some upcoming movies that's gonna be coming out, but we'll see.
Okay.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly
Oh, I want to watch
Warfare.
it. I want to see it so
I went
bad.
and saw this with my wife. We loved it. I thought it was funny. I thought the chemistry between the special ops group were perfect. So this is Churchill. Uh, this is a true story, by the way, and it is true story because I've read about this in a history class. And Churchill is one of my favorite figures to study about. Him, um, Hamilton,
Mm.
um, I, even Hitler. I liked. Not that I like him. I like reading about Hitler and of course World War II and World War II. But I'm a history guy. But Churchill had a file that was confidential and that no one knew about until later on after his passing. And in this one, it had a special ops of group of people who worked under him secretly. That they don't exist in the world; they exist in only in his world. And they do special ops and special mission to some are terrible to assassinate certain people, to
Mm.
kill certain people, to rescue people, to steal some. Those are things. And
Yeah.
this is and in this case, this is the first mission that they got together to bomb the supplied boat that they've been supplying the German with uh food, weapons, and all that stuff. And if you guys know the history of this war, the submarine war is it's a very important war because it doesn't really get a lot of headline on this because World War II is huge. Normandy,
Yeah.
Utah Beach. Can you name the four you the beach that we rushed that we invade?
No, I know
No one, no
Normandy,
one. Normandy, Utah,
Utah,
Omaha,
Omaha. Yeah.
Gold.
What was the last one?
Gold.
Gold.
God. Yeah.
Okay. So
Those
no,
are
yeah, Utah, Omaha, and Normandy are the ones that I'm familiar with. But
Normandy.
yeah, gold. I didn't.
Normandy is the most resistant one. Utah was I say easy, but I mean easier. Anyways, we're getting off topic. You want to know about history? I'll have another podcast. But uh and they go on this mission. It's hilarious. It's funny. There's a girl in there by the name of I say her name. Is
uh,
Eiza Gonzalez. I don't know.
EIZA. I don't know. Isa.
Eza
Isa.
Eza Gonzalez. Anyway, but she's been in the Baby Driver. She was
Oh, okay.
the wife of John Hamm, and she's incredible. And her character takes more risk than any other character because she's an actress and she's a real person. She is a real actress that helped the British government with this, and because she actually put herself in the world with the Nazis. She's infiltrated their
Oh my
world
gosh.
and she's part of them. And so she took more risks and she was good in the movie too. There are certain things that there. The one thing that I didn't like about this movie is like the pacing is like either extreme or very low. There's no in
Okay.
between. There's no consistency. When there's when there's action, it goes. It's just the pace goes. But then when it slows down, it's just slow
Kind of drags.
down. There's no in between. And so, but other than that, I would recommend this movie. I would pay to see this movie. Now, this movie's already been out, so it's probably on VOD now.
It is available, yeah.
But I would recommend watching this movie. It's worth it. It's fun. Henry Cavill is it's funny in this one, and they're all they're all badasses. And these guys are all specialties in their own field. Henry Golden is special. He's in it and he's good at blowing things up. And it's
Nice.
pretty cool. I would I would give this movie a 7 out of 10. Just because the
Nice. Okay.
pacing is still it's a little off. There's certain scene that they could have cut away that had too long. So, but other than that, I recommend seeing it. And so
Cool.
that's it for reviewing. Let's talk about Deadpool. It's coming up.
Ooh.
There's so many other movies coming out
When
in
when
June,
does Deadpool release? Is it
July,
That's
July
July?
something.
Okay.
But there's inside we talked about it in our last recording, but we didn't get to it because it got deleted. But we talked about there's gonna Inside Out's coming out.
Inside Out 2, yeah.
What else is coming out in June? June is
There's
pretty.
Watchers,
Oh, Bad Boys. The third one's coming out.
Bad Boys.
There's some other ones,
It's
but
the fourth one, isn't it? Bad Boys. It's the fourth
oh,
one.
fourth one. You're right. It is the fourth one.
Yeah,
You're
the Bike
correct.
Riders.
Yeah, the Bike Riders, which should have been out last year, but it came out this year because they found this. Somebody actually is producing it and promoting it, and so this this
The
is so
Exorcism with Russell Crowe.
Russell Crowe did the X's. So, but
What else?
Deadpool
Yeah,
is coming out, and I'm so excited for this movie. And it's
Deadpool
the
and
only
Wolverine.
and Wolverine, and it's the only Marvel movie out this year. That is it,
Yeah, what's going on there?
because this is gonna reset
They
the
have to, right?
reset the MCU. In fact, there has been rumbling about what is going on with Marvel, and that there might be splitting 4 tiers of what there is. There's the cinema tiers, there's the TV show tiers, there's the um, animation tiers, and there's
Okay.
also like a specialty tiers, which is like Werewolf by Night. Did you see that movie?
Oh
Did you?
yeah. Yep.
That was great. I love that one.
Yeah.
That would be like a special tier, but they're
So are these all going to be different
I hope
worlds, timelines?
they're
Like
gonna be
what?
connected somehow.
They are going to be
They're
connected.
gonna connect somehow, but I don't know how they explain it. It's the news is gonna come out soon about this because I've read and heard about it through various people that I've read that they're gonna come out with that type of structure. Because let's face it, we can't go back to what it was.
No.
We
No,
can't.
we can't.
It was great. It's time to move on. It's time to evolve. We cannot go back and do Captain America 1, Captain America 2. It doesn't
Yeah.
work that way anymore. In fact, Thor will probably get a fifth movie. I think he'll get a fifth movie. And I think they'll make it
As
work
long as
because
it's not Taika
no,
Waititi.
hey,
Let's
even
let's
Chris Hemsworth came out and said it was too silly, and he apologized
yes.
to his
Good.
fan, and so he
Okay.
knew that it was just too silly. So, but Deadpool is a very important movie because it's supposed to reset the MCU and somehow bring in the mutants. Have you been watching X-Men '97?
No, I
Oh,
haven't. Is
watch
it
it.
good?
It's very good. It's very good. It is better than I thought it would be, and there are twists and turns and death that you're like, what?
Hmm.
And so, but yeah,
Okay. I'll see if I can. I'll drum it up somewhere. I canceled my Disney Plus a long time ago. It's just
time to,
because
time to get it
so
back.
so many reasons. I don't know. We'll see.
They put Hulu in there now, so there's like other stuff in
It's
there too.
bundled.
Yeah, but it's gonna everything's gonna be bundled now, dude. Even sports stuff's gonna be bundled. Just watch.
We're
And yeah,
back to cable.
exactly. Same place, back to square
We're
one.
right
But
back.
now it's
Like
just streaming.
we think
Typical.
things are going to be different, but they're not.
They're not.
Weekly releases of TV shows. We're back to broadcast TV.
Yep.
It's just hosted on servers now.
Yep.
That's the only
Definitely.
difference.
I'm excited for
Interesting.
Deadpool. There's gonna be a lot of cameo. I'm
Yeah.
predicting that Taylor Swift will be in there.
Really?
Yeah, she is. Just watch.
Okay.
There's gonna
Apparently
be
Rob McElhaney, what's his name? Co-owner of the football team in Britain with
oh yeah,
Ryan
yeah.
Reynolds
He'll
supposed to
probably be
be
in it.
cameo. Um,
We know that Jennifer Garner is gonna be in it as Electra. She's gonna be in it. That's already been announced. Professor X, uh, Xavier,
Patrick
what's
Stewart.
Patrick Stewart's gonna be in it.
Oh, okay.
But other than that, I don't. It's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna do, how they're gonna be set the MCU with him in it, and so
Yeah,
it'll be
yeah.
interesting.
Because I kind
I'm
of have to, right? Because
huh?
Kang's can't we can't do the King Dynasty anymore.
Well, they're keeping the King Dynasty.
What?
Yeah, they haven't said they haven't come out and said that they're getting rid of it yet, but they're saying that
They're
it's
gonna
gonna go.
recast.
But yeah,
I mean, they can always recast.
that's true. Have you got your tickets
To what?
to Deadpool?
No,
You better get it, man. It's gonna get sold out.
I believe it. Well, I don't know. Our local theater is pretty easy to get
Oh
a
yeah,
new release. We got a couple small town theaters, and one just opened up, reopened.
reopen. That's
It's been
good.
closed since COVID,
Huh.
right on Main Street. So it's maybe I'll support our local theater and go check it out
There you
there. See
go.
if I can get tickets.
There you go.
$6 Wednesdays, so I might be seeing it on Wednesday
Support the
night.
local theaters because let's see if it's sold out.
It might be my only option anyway.
um,
Deadpool and the Wolverine.
wow, it's almost sold out. Okay,
Is it really?
I gotta get tickets for that day. Anyway, folks, want to thank you guys for hanging out with us. We will try to come back. Definitely will have a review because I want to watch Fall Guy tonight, and then
Oh
I'll
yeah, I
probably
need to
review
watch
that.
that one.
But
Okay.
want to thank you guys. Look, I only do it for fun. I'm not getting paid. Me and Dave just do it for fun, just to unwind our from our normal day life. And if you like to continue to listen to us, I appreciate it. We're on iTunes, we're on YouTube, Spotify, so you can always subscribe. Uh, the YouTube algorithm is like it's weird. I don't know how. I don't pay attention to it. I just put out what I put out, and then people watch. People watch. People don't. That's all right. It's not a big deal. But let us know what we can do better. Let us know what we can review. We'll continue to go out as well as I find a new job.
Yeah.
So we'll get some more income.